Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So yesterday was a pretty insane day for the stock market. Since the month started, it's been just non-stop chaos. The volatility index is the highest it's been in my lifetime. And all of the nonsense from yesterday is of course because Trump blinked. You may recall about a week ago on April 2nd, Trump held his Liberation Day rally where he talked about all the tariffs he's putting on all these different countries around the world to make up for trade deficits, which is a phrase that, if you think about it for too long, doesn't make sense because you're talking about countries with not even half of our population, not even a tenth of our GDP, and you want them to match our spending rates? The joke, for as long as I can remember, has always been there is no force greater than the American consumer. And I gotta be honest, unless you start exporting very rich billionaires to various countries around the world, you're not going to match the sort of buying power that the United States has on a consumer level. It was a ridiculous plan from the start, and the stock market felt the effects very quickly. In fact, earlier this week, I believe it was on Monday or Tuesday, someone on a random account tweeted out that Trump was pausing the tariffs, and this baseless rumor caused a huge spike in stock market volatility. Trillions of dollars were created and then wiped out in the blink of an eye over the course of this week because of random tweets from not government official accounts. This free fall continued until yesterday, where Trump held a press rally where he announced that he would be pausing all of his extreme tariffs. There's still the blanket 10% tariff across everybody right now, and he's also raised the tariffs on China. It went from 104% to about 125%. It's a huge leap up. This caused a rather obscene stock market rally to happen. You had indices going up by 2,000 points over the course of an hour. The craziest part about this, for me, is how you have so many people on the right who are telling you that this was all part of the plan, that this is art of the deal, this is just Trump doing business and making moves, despite the fact that the stock market is still down from when he made this announcement. Their whole claim about 75 countries coming to the table to renegotiate terms and tariffs with Trump, there's no proof behind that. That's just, again, Trump saying things and his administration telling you things, but we have no concrete proof. None of these other countries have said anything about trying to renegotiate terms with the United States. Mostly what we've been hearing from other countries is we would like to negotiate terms on a level of mutual respect. China has been saying that a lot too, that we're more than willing to come to the table with the United States, but there needs to be a level of decorum and mutual respect and transparency and honesty when it comes to making these kind of deals. Perhaps the more disturbing thing about this is I saw a video of Trump bragging about how the stock market rallied, how this was a once in a lifetime sort of thing, never happened before, this will, the typical Trump-isms. And as the market closed for the day, there were reports that this was the 8th largest rally in Dow Jones history. That the last time the stock market rallied this much in a single day, it was in October of 2008. Now, I do realize that 2008 seems like a lifetime ago for some of you, but that was the housing crisis. That was when the economy tanked the last time under the economic plans of a Republican president, allowing banks and corporations to sort of do willy-nilly stuff with money and make ridiculous deals behind closed doors with their friends, insider trading, all that sort of stuff. I still think it's wild too that Trump is bragging about this like he did something impressive or important, when the only reason it shot up this high is because he went back on his deal. Ever since Trump took office, you had all these people talking about how tariffs are going to bring back industry, manufacturing, it's going to force companies to come back to the United States and play on our terms. There was a big game about there's a sick patient, you have to take medicine before you can get better, and we have to go through some pains before everything can be right. And then you just take away your plans. You just wipe the board clean, well, mostly clean. And now all of a sudden you're bragging about it like you did something. This would be like if I caught my house on fire and then put it out with my garden hose and bragged about how my house was the least hot one on the block. It's still my fault that my house burnt down. That was my plan initially. I just didn't go through with it all the way. But if we only care about the stock market going up, if that's what we're bragging about, just remember that number 2 on that chart of Dow Jones gains, the biggest days in market history, was the Wednesday after Black Tuesday, the day that led us into the Great Depression. All this aside, these tariffs only have a 90-day pause on them. Whether Trump puts them back on or not, I don't know. Whether he does or doesn't matter, because it's already eroded trust and faith in the United States as a whole. We're not a reliable trading partner anymore. We're an emotional, flippant, ridiculous person at the table who unfortunately everyone else has to deal with because the American consumer just spends so much money. Just like in your relationships in life, you can spend so much time building up a solid foundation of goodwill and good faith towards one another, and one mess up, one lie, one deception can erode everything you worked on. And that we're going to see this on a global scale now. I know a lot of you want to use the excuse that, oh, well, this is a Republican president and I didn't vote for him. It's still America. We still allowed this to happen. And even if in the next presidential cycle we elect someone who's actually a human with some decency, there's still always the chance that we allow this to happen again. And I think other countries will take notice of that and play their cards a little bit closer to their chest. And maybe they'll branch out to other global superpowers for their business deals. But that's a lot of speculation. All I would say for you today is just try to not get frustrated when your Republican coworkers tell you about the art of the deal and how Trump's this amazing businessman. Just know that they're saying party lines and drinking up whatever slops in their trough. And I guess until the next time Trump goes back on one of his plans and all of his people fillet him over it, I'll try to have a good day.